Good morning. So today, this is Wednesday. This is TheoSophia. I'm a divine healer and a channeler for the Ascended Masters and Higher Beings. I do have a healing school and do mentoring with a lot of clients. So, good morning, Mr. Tim. I want to call you Tim, and it's Dr. TM. Excuse me. Well, I don't really give messages personally. There are certain days I do different things. Today it's METATRON that's going to come through and give a message to everyone. He stepped forward and wanted to speak today. But I welcome your coming. I'm glad that you are here. So if it's all right with you, I'm just going to start. All right. Good morning. I am Metatron. Know that my voice ripples out through the vacuum of the universe, allowing it to be received on many depths and levels. I understand as everyone's heart says they want to help save the world, save the universe. And yet I come to you today that much of which we are perceiving is selfishness. Perhaps not a word thought of often by yourself, through your friends, even in your life. So I come forward today to help you have a new perception of what selfishness looks like. The first word I wish to share with you is to want. Spending the time wanting versus the most precious time being in the glory of God. Knowing that whatever He brings is more than enough for that which you need. And what you can now look at from within the vision within your heart is a world that has been brought into some level of destruction by want, by desire, by have to have. And if you are the simple-minded person, meaning you live simply, I still say to you, is that not in itself also selfish? For it truly doesn't allow the world you live in to demonstrate being able to thrive. So there, in the fifth dimension, there is no one side or the other. It's about supporting you and all the worldly beings to be able to discover balance. And what we hear from the heart, which Mother and God worked in union to create for you, as Mother Mary still visits many people, is all there is. It's not a hope. It's not a desire. There's a place within each and every of us that you hold the gift of the light of Father and Mother. That is all there is. The allness, the isness, And it is not for you to reach now to sadness. If that's where you're going, it is not the point either. It's a choice to choose to be the allness in every moment of every day. Perhaps it's time for who we truly are in that divine love to live, to embrace injustice versus condemn it. And I, in saying that, do not say to empower it, but in addressing it, you reveal its truth to those eyes who haven't seen before. To those hearts that can't find home within themselves, even though they have everything in their selfishness, to embrace and bring forgiveness will help them see that which they truly need. There is the light of God, the love of his heart, and the expression of that through the body of Mother that is so much more profound than anything else any of you could say to me, any one word. Life becomes stronger as you contemplate pure love, everlasting life, trust, belief, resonating in simplicity, knowing that the radiance of the light in these truths radiate beyond that which you can even see. Yes, may my words speak to many who think they have arrived. Surprise. It is a far longer walk on the path you have to really discover peace within yourself, which is mirrored within the earth lying within your heart. Is this what we desire for you? Absolutely not. I am that person who is the first to speak to you to understand. Open the door. Open a door from within you to allow the light to radiate out. By attempting to keep the light within and in the shadow is not the purpose. It is for every living soul to become the radiation of the life of truth. Love, sharing the experience of Mother, Father, God. So there is a path. It has never been denied. But there are many turns and loops in the path. Many of you have been on this path for lifetimes, and many of you have become frightened of it and don't want to move forward. What is being frightened about? What is being frightened about? I cannot find the answer. Let me for a moment listen to you, to what is coming towards me in your answering of that question. Not knowing where you're going. What will it be like? Will I have all I need? And my dearest comrades, Always in every millisecond, you have the capacity to have all you desire. Your problem is that who brings that to you, you are not connected to deeply and believe. There are more than as many stars as you can imagine in the sky. There are as many as pieces of sand upon the earth, way beyond that which you could imagine in your mind. And even beings like yourself, and some that like others, more and more than you can imagine. And here we are, with an intention of creating the world, the universe becoming to peace. So we have decided and offer it to you for resolution in your mind. Peace must first be found within you. How do you do that? I hear you. It is through that word that was given the day that Christ was born. Love. Write down for me today. What is it about life, this world, this universe, that you cannot find love for? Write it down. For we understand the greatest power of transformation is seeing the truth in that which is taking its place. What is it you want in and from this world? Write it down. So then you can ask yourself, is this to help the advancement of man, of the beautiful trees and the oceans and the world and the space and time? Begin this conversation within yourself. Today, we are all here for you. While I may sound stern, I hold the greatest love, more than you can imagine, for each of you. My heart cries. My journey has been long, but always I held the truth, knowing where I came from and where I was becoming. And now I stand before you as METATRON, a service of angels willing to help each and every one of you. Humility beyond that which you can imagine. And the word grace, I hesitate to speak to all of you. So this message is the beginning. It was today, it was chosen, September 4th, 2024. For that to become a new force of light from those of you who've been on that path, attempting to own that wisdom, to be someone that radiates that light beyond your own soul for the world, for the universe, for Mother, Father. I am humbled as I see your hearts transforming. And yet I am also humbled at those who are challenged to believe. Ask, and Mother or Father will come to you. Jesus, your brother, Babaji, will also come. We are not going to do this alone. It must become familiar of the light. It must become so. So we do not ask that which we do not walk with you. We ask from the remembrance of remembering why you have come. The great heavenly mountains gently roar with desire. Not desire of more than they have, but a desire of the understanding of peace, harmony. Perhaps you can hear, as I hear, the vibration of the earth, aching for more peace, love, and harmony. Know that any disagreement that you feel in your human life can be ended from love. Do not let it enter into your consciousness, into the form of your being. Love. Just love. Just love. Acceptance and peace and harmony. And in one point you will be sought out to help those who are being troubled and can't find their way. So on this day, METATRON I am. I sit next to the Father. I know well His depth of love for each and every one of you. And His vision of who you become. Let's have it be gentle. Contemplate my words. They come from love to bring resolution into that which you fear you're living in. And together we can bring it into an illumined light. Blessings from my heart and all of us who stand here next to me. It is together in the unity that so it shall be. Whew! Wow, right. Metatron is a masterful being. I did not ever know when their discussion with everyone would begin, but I would guess that today was the day. Because at the beginning moment, there was no one here, and I had contemplated leaving. And then Dr. T.M. came, and he spoke. So let's say good morning to Marby. Anik, good morning. Lauren, good morning. So, quite a force of light, right? It has been a few months now since Metatron came to me, and he informed me that God had sent him to me for the clarity of my voice. that he could speak clearly through me. And now there's a total of 7 that have come. So I am realizing that today is the beginning. As of yet, I do not know how that looks. Today I did not know until it came, that he stood in front of me and asked to speak. So, any questions? I'm sorry, but I don't even know what time you showed up. Were some of you able to hear him? Yes. Good morning, Dr. Ross. Thank you, Lauren. So if you missed it, you'll have to go back and listen to it again. I thought it was a unique perception that he and other beings of light and God themselves have of us, that the word that they used for us was selfishness. He has a very strong voice, yes. Yes, thank you for coming, Delphi, Anik, Marty. I found concrete evidence today, and the gaping wound is real, but don't let me see you. What else you wrote? I don't know. I think there's something there, but it doesn't reveal it. What do you all think about the perception from that place? I think. Yes, selfishness. I think it's going to be powerful for each of us to meditate with it and to do some writing. I found over my years of study that even when something is built up within me, that the writing releases it. But it's almost like a channeled writing, that the words come from my teacher or one of the masters that bring understanding. And I do believe where I was sitting that he gave quite an experience of attempting to make it clear. Let me see here. For some reason, this isn't going all the way down to it. So, what do you all feel about forgiveness? No, that's not the word. So quickly I lose the word. Separate, no. Selfishness, that was the word. Yeah. You realize he is the only human. He was a human as he made his journey up to heaven to know God, that transformed himself, and I have a chills as I'm saying this, to be able to be the one that sits next to God. METATRON. Most people know him as in charge of the angels, but that's only one thing he does. He also is ascribed to see that everything about everyone's life is put into the book of life correctly. He does many things that we could only wish that we had the participation in it. So Marby, how are you feeling today? Well, Dr. TM, I think you got a message from Source on some level, which METATRON also represents. And we have now been officially asked to be a part of not their words, but my word, the army of light. That which I believe all the archangels are those who command it, which Archangel Metatron and Michael are both his names. But there are many of the archangels that are ready to come be with us to support us in this personal evolution that we have to take time and ask ourselves, what does love really look like? What does it feel like? And if we're not able to love ourselves, then how do we participate in that one person in the world before it goes out to all people? And they're all living from and receiving an illusion. Love is everlasting. In our world, we are afraid love will leave. We're afraid love isn't enough. Well, I don't know if I have the correct answer because I don't have Jesus here to ask him. But I do know that Metatron is the one who sits next to God. It doesn't seem as a put down to anyone else without his kingdom. We are being supported to hear a human like ourselves who's been evolved through time. And I think that's why he came first. There are those who some of you may never have heard of, but it doesn't mean they're not powerful in the light. Isn't it amazing as these all sit? It's called a divine sphere that they sit within. That is truth. But in my work between now and Monday, I'll call Jesus in and ask him how to put into our human words where he exists. Why that's difficult to me is I do know the human that's living with the light of Jesus within him. So there's also a piece to understand that all of who we are, there's many of us. We're said to have 16 people who are either on earth or up where we're from at any given time. And for some of you, that may be too much information to really grasp. But that's why I will wait to let you know what Jesus says to me. Okay. Maybe I need to pull this up is the problem. There you go. Barbie's telling me she was great. Good. Love is the only thing any of us can be sure of. And that is the reason why we become selfish. Because we hold on tight. I understand. So I will stop my lecture and put you on forward to a great weekend. Thank you for coming. You need to ask Father and Mother's light to come into your heart and sit with you and help you heal. All right. Any other questions? I'll give a few minutes, and if not, we're all going to go forward and begin to study ourselves and the word selfish. I will look at it in the dictionary, so I have all the possible words for it. For we are being offered great wisdom about ourselves and about the world we live in. So if you can imagine, many have tried to see that there could be a wave of people that in this new experience begin to emote a new understanding about love. And the love God gave us in the moment of our birth is what's still always there. It's the spark of His light that has our heartbeat. And even beyond that, it's everlasting. We never do not have His light and His love. No other questions? Okay. Well, to Marby, Lauren, Annie, Dr. M. Duffy Ross, Marby, and Dr. TM. I almost wanted to say NT. Sometimes I get so far out I can't always put it into words. But have a loving weekend. Know that you're beyond what you think in love. It's so much more. And I'll see you on Monday at 11. And I have no idea where we go next, or if it's going to be a few normal days. I do not know. But bring your questions, and we'll all move through it together. Many blessings to you. I'm TheoSophia. I'm going to be putting up some more comments. Let me see. Oh, what is Mother TheoSophia? I always love your message and your conversation. Thank you. Many blessings. If I'm wrong, are you asking me who I am? I am a girl who decided I was born of a seventh son who just had to be at the church, had to go and know about God, had a normal life, had 2 children. And in turmoil, I had to really go within, and I've studied God and all these things for 40 years. And in that time, I received a lot of gifts, can do a lot of what some would call magical things from people. And TheoSophia is when I saw Lady Portia from Shasta with Saint Germain. My name is Cynthia, so I knew to become Thea, and she grabbed me and said, TheoSophia, I didn't know when I'd ever see you. And I knew that was who I am. TheoSophia, the goddess of wisdom. And that's why I love my message. It's always wisdom. It's always embodied in the love of Mother. And thank you for coming, Marvy, because you have that smile. You know what I'm talking about. All right, enough of that. So you're there, I'm here, but we are all in a collective energy, getting prepared to change the earth to once again, like Eden, love. Is it possible? Of course it is. You have to believe. Maybe that's